This is part one of curing or avoiding arm injuries. All day long in my tennis shop, I listen to people complain about their injuries. Injuries to their ankles, Achilles, knees, hips, back, arms, you name it. Most of these injuries could have been avoided or cured with a little knowledge. I'm not a doctor, and I haven't played one on TV, but I'm making this video about avoiding or curing injuries to the arm anyway. I know this is supposed to be a channel for website for living longer. Well, active tennis players live longer. So keeping active through minor injuries will allow you to live longer and be healthier. If you're thinking of stopping playing a racket sport because of arm injury, then this video is dedicated to you. Tennis, hand, wrist, elbow, or shoulders are usually caused by a combination of improper warm-up, wrong equipment, poor technique, poor conditioning, and old age. Countering the old age will require that you go to methuselahproposition.com and become familiar with the lifestyle changes required to reverse age. Poor technique is something that is hard to change, but a good teaching pro can help. This video will concentrate on equipment. Older, stiffer, smaller heads or longer rackets could be the problem. But what we most often find with arm pain is the use of polyester strings in the racket. Using multi-filament strings at a lower tension usually solves the problem. It may mean that your game will change, but adaptability is one of the skills required to be a good tennis player. If you can only play if conditions are just the way you prefer, you'll have to quit or live with the pain. There has been an increase in arm problems since the vogue has been for smaller grips. While this may make it easier to produce topspin, the smaller grip causes the forearm to tighten. It's easy to build up a grip, so why not do it? This can eliminate elbow pain. Most people play on hard courts opt for the heavy-duty tennis balls because of the extra durability. But if arm pain is your problem, the regular duty or clay court ball is easier on the arm. You can also use a support or sleeve for your elbow or wrist or both. KT tape is even better, but requires extra time and may require a helper to apply it. If the pain just started, treat it with RICE. RICE stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. I prefer the acronym MICE. The M stands for massage. In addition to having or changing your equipment, you should warm up and stretch before playing. Part 2 is about stretching your arm muscles. Thanks for watching.